Hello everybody, I was looking at the internet a little bit today and I decided, well, I picked up these little articles. Scientists have discovered the maximum age a human can live to. But I'm sure there's people who have lived older, and I went to play a little video and the damn thing wouldn't play. Well, it played, no volume, so I couldn't really show it, but they made this little video. It's on the news if you put it on Google, and there it says that women lived to 115.7 years, the research, and men lived to 114.1 years, or can do, or this is how old they think people get. But, you know, in other countries, people are a little bit older maybe. But, you know, when Christian tells me if anybody's died, it's like, well, they're in their 50s and 60s. So, but they're always changing things all the time, which does my head in really. But I thought that was a little bit interesting. And yeah, the next bit, look at that. Just look at that. There's never been an English emperor, but the current British monarch is King Charles III, who is considered to rule an empire. You know, who has empires? The Romans. He's one of those. And yes, he is an emperor, because not only is it England, Ireland, Wales, Jersey, Guernsey, the Isle of Wight. Well, the Isle of Wight is English, but the Isle of Man, which has slightly different, like, even though he's king of those countries, it's slightly different for some of these, and they are tax havens, aren't they? But he doesn't just have that. He has Canada, New Zealand, Australia, the Pitcairn Islands, South Africa, South America, Falkland Islands. He has islands just off Florida, and he's either proxy king, proper king, whatever it is. He's got there, he's something and still king. So I thought that that was just credible, because he is an emperor. And who the emperor belonged to? The Romans. It's all to do with the Romans. And even when I looked up a bit of history, they're all Romans. So even the other Charleses, there you go. So all the same thing. He is a Roman. And there it talks about the fact that he has 14 Commonwealth realms. They're called realms. And that one says, why do we not make him emperor? But it starts through COVID and all that. I can't read anymore then, because, well, I won't go into that one, because we know that one. And found was Rudolf Steiner. So knows who he is. He was a German. Second World War, he was teaching children differently, and I kind of like the Steiner way, but unfortunately it's all been turned private now. Got to pay, but they like to work on children's, like, what comes out of that child, rather than sticking them in a system, making them do what we want you to do and where you should be. So that I really like that. The children sit and listen to the teachers. They don't scream and shout. They don't have a teacher's back at them all day. They're involved in the discussions. But they don't do O-levels and A-levels. I find that all... Well, I like the idea of Steiner schools. We should have schools like this. Yeah, that's what I think. Or more like this. So they wait for the child to develop almost. And it could be 4, 5, it could be 7, 8, when they suddenly click and get the whole thing about writing and all that. Instead of making them do it and then reporting that they're thick and stupid when they weren't, they get labelled for the rest of their life like that. Oh, they've got problems, they've got this, they've got that, oh, they're dyslexic, whatever. They don't talk about all that in these things. They talk about the spirituality of the child. But anyway, in the last bit, what about God is not a white man? So let's just look at this, we'll stop it so you can read that. And also, Jesus wasn't a white man either, because Mary was Turkish and Joseph was a Palestinian. But even if you take him out, because she had the Immaculate Conception, she is still Turkish. He would not be blonde. And, you know, a lot of, you know, in every country he's going to be Japanese or blonde or dark. He's dark skinned with blue eyes probably. That's what he would have looked like at that time if he had ever existed. So that's that bit. Let's move on with the video bit. But now God isn't even a white man. I never really thought about what colour God was. But yeah, it's all quite interesting stuff. The possible location of Edelwood Castle found in Scotland. All these things are very interesting to me, so I might look that a bit more. And then there's one more, I think, on my little picture hunt. Yes, look at that. Warning, issued to anyone buying butter. Guess what? It's not toilet roll now. It's going to be butter. There isn't enough butter. People can't find butter. How ridiculous is that? Another problem made by the Romans.